How's it, everybody? It's Tuesday morning. I think it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. And let me explain the sort of Driving with Sean series that I thought I'd do. It's like there's quite a bit of stuff that I want to unpack in terms of tech and talking about like new stuff that's in the market, cars. We're in for another car tomorrow, so there's going to be like that to talk about. This is like constant iteration of tech that is coming. There's tech that we play with. So it's like this is a cool place to kind of discuss that and talk about that and kind of share it with everybody, share it with you guys. So finding time to do it. I know a lot of people have like a studio and they'll like do it in their office or they do it at home and they've got like a place where they sit and that's where they talk about tech. Um, Running, rocking, and being an ISP means I have very little time to actually sit down in the office, put up a camera, and focus on creating videos. So this for me is downtime in that like there's this 25-minute drive in the mornings um, where I'm driving to work, and I normally listen to audiobooks or podcasts and stuff, but I figured it's a cool time to kind of make these videos. So that's where the Driving with Sean kind of series comes from, and that's the motivation and the idea behind it. So it'd be cool if you tell me whether you think it's cool, it's stupid, or no, don't tell me it's stupid. Just tell me it's cool. Just send me a message, leave a comment, Twitter, whatever, and tell me you think it's awesome. Um, Xaiomi. We've heard of these guys. They're a Chinese electronic company. They actually make some really cool stuff. A couple of weeks ago, they launched the Xiaomi the Mi Mix 3, and it's completely bezel-less, and it's got this little thing that pops out at the top, and like all the cameras and the Face ID stuff's hidden in there. They're not the first phone. I forget the other phone, Polo phone. No, so there's another phone. MKBHD reviewed it that has the same kind of pop-up thing, and I think we see more and more of that. Like everybody's trying to go bezel-less, and Apple did it first, but they had the notch, and like how do we remove the notch? Anyways, so Xiaomi announced the Mi Mix 3, and it was completely bezel-less, and that's all really cool and stuff except for the fact that in another screenshot that was launched yesterday or leaked yesterday or shown yesterday, it's like you can't really call these things leaks. Like, anyway, we'll get to the leaks now. The screenshot of the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3, it confirms that there is 5G support in the Mi Mix 3. 5G is not out yet, and I'm going to have a better sort of wrap up of 5G tomorrow because that's something I really am passionate about. It's something I really believe in, something I can't wait for, and this robot is taking a very long time. Um, so we'll talk about 5G a bit more tomorrow. But it's confirmed that the Xiaomi Mi Mix 3 has 5G support, which is really exciting because that is the first mobile phone to kind of hit the market and say, guys, we know this is coming probably within the next 18 to 24 months, and we support it. It's out there. So that's pretty cool. Samsung have had an interesting take on, or an interesting comment on phones. Like, you know how we've always done flagships? Like, there's the flagship phone. iPhone 10 is a great example. iPhone 10 is Apple's flagship phone. It is the best processor. It's got the best cameras. It's got the best everything in it. Samsung have kind of come out and said, you know what? We're not going to do that. We might actually put some of those flagship features in our sort of mid to high range phones before we release like a flagship model. So they've released the Galaxy Note 8 about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Sorry, Note 9. They released the Note 9 about 2 weeks ago, and it's a killer phone. It really is. It's their flagship. It's a fantastic phone. But a lot of the stuff that's in the Note 9 has kind of existed in the S9 already. So yeah, it's not like the Note 9 is all new and like their flagship is all fantastic. And it kind of makes you think that what Samsung are doing, they're less interested in pushing the boundaries and they're more interested in saying, like, we're just going to take this tech and we're going to iterate on it. So, in other words, we're going to take the Note 8 and we're going to fix the things in the Note 8 that have been bugging us and have been plaguing us or plaguing consumers and so on. So, for instance, it's a big phone, it's got a big screen, uses a lot of horsepower, and so the battery dies. So what do they do with the Note 9? They put in a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, And that's freaking awesome because now you have a Note 8 with better battery. They improve the camera, they make the stylus better, they add a couple of new colors. They didn't reinvent the Note range, which is awesome. They've just taken the Note 8, they've iterated and fixed all the things and made the Note 8 that much better, called it the Note 9 and put it out there. I was chatting to a mate last night who's got Note 8, and he's dead keen on the Note 9 simply because it takes a phone he loves and trusts and just improves it that much more. But it's not like a whole new phone. It's not like the jump from the iPhone 7 to the iPhone 10, where like the thing's completely different and now uses Face ID and there's no button, and there's no Touch ID, Um, and I'm very much in favor of that. And like Apple have done that with OS X for the last couple of years. Um, you can see if you go back 5 versions of Mac OS X, Mac OS or OS X, whatever they call it now. So like if you go back to some of the older OS X operating systems and you contrast that to like the very latest High Sierra Mac OS or even Mojave, um, you can see the difference. Like when you side by side them, you can see a massive difference. But almost every time I've done a software update on my Mac, it kind of does a whole download, reboots come up, and I look at it and I go like, okay, so what's changed? It's lots of small incremental updates to the operating system, which over a period of time are very visible, but they're not reinventing the wheel every single time. And I'm hugely in favor of that in tech. We don't have to be releasing 50 new features and redesigning everything all the time. Just take what works, let's fix it, let's improve it, let's make it better, and go from there. Um, while we're talking about phones, in fact, let's just talk about phones today. So the Apple event is tomorrow, a week's time, where we'll likely see all the new Apple phones, which all have been leaked all over the place. So we know there's going to be an iPhone 10 XS and a couple of others, and so there's a big one and a small one, and they're all borderless and all of the notch and blah blah blah. Google Pixel has leaked as well, and they leaked images, and then some chop left it on the back of a Lyft LYFT, the sort of Uber competitor. Um, so some chop left a Google Pixel 3 XL in the back of a Lyft after his ride. And the driver found it and actually has seen so many leaked images of the Pixel 3 that he recognized the phone from the leaked images. And I'm like, like we're not even in a space where we can really call them leaks. Um, like, are they really leaks, or like people just like putting their phones out there and saying this is what this shit looks like? And you know, I don't know. Like I know in Steve Jobs' day, if an Apple product leaked before a launch, he would have an absolute cadenza. He would be like heads would roll. And it just seems to me that like these big companies, Samsung, Xiaomi, Google, Apple, like the stuff leaks and nah, it's fodder for the press, but nobody really cares about it too much. And now with like the Apple event, there's all this like we know they're going to be new phones. We're expecting an update to like some of the MacBook Airs, completely redesigned iPads. Stuff's been leaked. It's like it takes so much of that excitement away. Um, that's it for the drive. Tomorrow I want to talk about 5G a bit more, what it is, and see you then.